Hey guys, this is Jay with the Douchebag Brigade, and we're going to be looking into tier level A. So now we're getting to some of the best Shin Megami, Persona, Megaten games overall. And this is, of course, my opinion. So, without further ado, the one making this list first. I have to say that the Devil Survivor series is fantastic. I love the Devil Survivor series. This game, both iterations, I'm putting 1 and 2 in the A list because it's just great. If you're a strategy RPG fan and you know what it's like to just get lost in a game like Gaia or Tactics Ogre, I mean, it's just too much fun. It's really the best. I have to say that these games are the epitome of great. And honestly, it's strange to me when people don't put the Devil Survivor games higher up, because they're a lot of fun. I mean, there's nothing I can really critique on here except, people talk about, I don't know, the characters, I guess, anatomy. I guess people are scared of big boobs. I don't know. And what I mean here is, what anime-based thing are you watching where there aren't big boobs? I mean, that's just what the Japanese seem to do for fan service. When we do movies in the 70s, monster movies and horror movies, you always have a naked girl dying. I mean, it's, you got to bring in people. You got to bring in fans. You got to bring in money. So, look, yes, okay, over-dramatized proportions, I get it, but to be fair, the game is incredible. The overall, here's the only thing that I'm a little with when it comes to the Devil Survivor games. I'm not huge on the whole, the whole, we got a demon purchasing, slave purchase trade auction. It's not that it's bad, but I don't know that you should be getting rid of the negotiation system from most of the Megaten games. I mean, it kind of makes getting the demons too easy because money comes too easily in this game. So it's I don't know, it's lacking in its ability to go in and recruit, but at the same time, I do understand the concept behind it because the maps are repetitive, but again, I feel like it's really not, I feel like really that's my only gripe with the two games. Otherwise, they're perfect. I didn't like the Persona edition of, your friendship stuff with the second game. And obviously, I consider the 3DS games to be better than their, Origin games, though the DS games are great too. The 3DS games really maximize what this game's all about. More options. I mean, just really the best that you can get. This is pretty much where it all comes from. Now, I'm actually going to also put in here Persona 2 and both EP and IS, that's Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. These games are fantastic and no one likes them. It is the weirdest thing. And yes, I'm not the first person to mention this. Persona 3, 4, and 5 are probably considered the greatest Megaten games by most people, because they're really the only Megaten games these people know. But these are considered the best games. Where is 2? 2 is fantastic. 2 has so much in it. you have to explore. The story is great. The concept of the rumor system is great. The idea that I don't have to automatically spend my days in high school, it's kind of nice. Not that I don't like 3, 4, and 5 and the concept behind it, but there is something special about 2. There really is. I mean, it's just, both iterations are great. The Joker is an awesome character, evil character, and like I said, the mystery that goes with the story is great. I don't find myself ever boring. Now, I know what the critique is, the battle system, but to be honest with you, the battle system is fun. And they've re-engineered it on the PSP to be a little bit more like your typical Persona battle system. But if you play the original PlayStation game, honestly, it is a great system. The system is basically made because there must have been complaints about other Megaten games with people wanting to use, auto battle. And honestly, this game is pretty much saying, hey, you know how you guys don't like to have to continuously go through the menu system slowly? We're giving you an auto battle option, and all you have to do, basically, is you interrupt it when you wanna decide something specific or change up your tactics. And I think that is a great thing. That really is a great thing. I mean, not to mention through battle, you can actually upgrade your demons. They can mutate their skills based on the fusion spells, which is basically non-existent in Persona 3, 4, and 5. I kind of remember it being in 3, but overall, that's how you upgrade your demons. That's how they can rank up. I mean, the rank up system is great too. Now, that's not to say I don't prefer leveling up, but the rank up system is a really great concept in a game that came from an iteration that didn't let demons level for the most part. So, I have to say, Persona 2, both Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment, they're really not given the credit that they deserve. They are great games, and they easily belong in this A list. I don't know if they don't necessarily belong higher, but from what I can say, because of the way I feel, they belong in the A category. Now, right there with it, and this might anger some people, I'm putting 3, all iterations, the PSP, the FES, the original, and I'm putting 4 and Golden. Look, my first 2 Megaten games were Nocturne and Persona 3. I don't remember which one first, to be honest, because this was a long time ago. But I can tell you that Persona 3 and Persona 4 are great games. And I would not rank Persona 2 necessarily ahead of these games. But I do think that Persona 2 is shafted by not being on par, or considered on par. So, what I'm saying here is, I don't know how much I have to get into 3 and 4. We know it. Everyone here knows it. They're great. Great stories. Great battle system. In fact, I even kind of enjoy Persona 3 FES's you can't control your other characters. It's kind of fun because it kind of adds a level of difficulty that I didn't expect. Like when you are sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, they'll make sure to attack the weakness, and your AI messes up or fucks up and it does the wrong thing. Man, is that utterly irritating, yet somehow makes it a little more fun, because you're like, man, now I gotta do more work to make sure that I kill this boss. Like, there's something to be said about the appeal of that. Now, don't get me wrong, it can be annoying too. So, 3 PSP fixes that problem, and 4 and 4 Golden don't have that problem. And overall, it's just a lot of fun. The fusing is great. The getting the demons is fun in its own way. The idea of shadows is interesting. It's a huge departure from Persona 2 in almost every aspect, but the games are fun. The games are fun. And now, if we can only figure out where Filemon went, because for some reason he's not in 3 or 4 or 5, but there's the butterfly. so you never know. But, alright, now moving forward from there, I'm putting in Strange Journey and Redux as one piece. These are A-tier games, guys. If you like SMT, if you like Megaten, these are games for you. Yeah, the alignment decision to make that your replacement for the press turn system, it's questionable. But it's enjoyable, and it's different. It changes the format up, and I'm okay with that. I enjoy a challenge, and it's just a fun game. I mean, to think that it's not fun or to think that this game is too hard, well, if I think it's too hard, you're not necessarily wrong. This is one of the hardest SMT games that I've played. And the reason why I consider Redux just as good as the original is because that added content gives you some side questing to do, and it also helps you level a little bit. And you need that for this game, because this game will wreck you. This game will destroy you. The bosses in this game will find the weakness and exploit it. They will use some sort of stat-altering mechanic and kill you. So you need to be on your game. You need to constantly be leveling up your demons. And I love the concept of leveling up your demons. That's why it's here. That's why this game is here. And speaking of things that would have annoyed me, but things need to have their due, we're throwing in Shin Megami Tensei 1 in here too. What an awesome game, and the game that really brought this to life. I mean, yes, it's dated. Yes, the graphics are dated. Yes, you go in a dungeon and you make a wrong turn. You don't know where you are anymore. How annoying? Very annoying. But let's not pretend that this game isn't really what started some of our the greatest opportunity to have these games come to the Western world and, quite frankly, have iterations and spin-offs. I mean, this game is amazing. Yes, 2 completely enhanced the overall UI, and the interface, but that was so much backtracking that I couldn't put it any higher. Whereas this game, it's fun, it's spread throughout Tokyo, it's enjoyable. You know, you get your whole apocalypse, your alignment, your choices that affect the game entirely. There's a lot to this. There's a lot to this game. There's a lot to love in this game. There's a lot to love and really not much to not love. That's the greatest part about this. There is not much to complain about. I mean, yeah, you get your wonkiness and my biggest gripe, the no leveling for demons. But outside of that, this game is great. I mean, you gotta give this a shot. If you're a Megaten fan and you haven't played this game, just to see the iterations and the connections and where everything started, I don't know what you're doing. Because this game is just good fun. It's irritating, it's aggravating, but it's fun. It's the kind of aggravation that doesn't make you rage quit, it makes you rage continue. So, if I were you, I would play SMT 1, Shin Megami Tensei 1, and it belongs solidly in this A list. It really does. Now, here's one that I feel people weren't going to be ready for. Majin Tensei 2. I have a hard time ranking it higher than the Devil Survivor series or lower than the Devil Survivor series. So, it's going to stay right on par. This is essentially an SRPG, very similar to Devil Survivor, but we don't go into our turn-based mechanic that I do love in Devil Survivor. This is just a straight-up SRPG in the same realm of Fire Emblem or Shining Force or Tactics Ogre. And it's a lot of fun because you rank your demons up, which is the same as leveling. They gain stats, and this was before most of the SMT games were doing this. They gain stat boosts, they have specials, their extras are using a moon counter concept, so you can use specials on the regular playing field, similar to like an extra would be in like Tactics Ogre, the Knight of Lotus PSP version, and you have like a specialty that you can do on the outside. It's fun, and I think you had that in Langriser too. But man, is this game good? Majin Tensei too. It's so fun. The models are beautiful. The